Alrighty, we're going to make a heavy-duty extension cord here. We'll start with our female end first. Put our cord. Open up our end here. We'll just gently score our outer jacket here. And we'll just bend it to open it. Make sure you don't cut into the conductors underneath. So we'll get all our fill cut out of here. Here in the country I was born in, white is neutral, green is ground, black is live on your 110, 120 volt cords. Now we'll strip our wire with the size wire that matches the wire we're using. We're using number 12. So we'll squeeze it with our number 12 hole. This is a rubbery kind of an insulation. Do the same with our green. And we'll do the same with our black wire. Get it in the hole that says number 12. Okay, so green, you'll see a green, that's your ground. You'll see a brass, which is your live, and you'll see a silver, which is your neutral. So we'll get our strands twisted together. We'll put our black in under the brass terminal here. Make sure we don't get our insulation caught under the pressure plate there. Okay, we'll put our green in the ground terminal here. Make sure we get all our strands. Make sure you get all the strands to go under the pressure plate. There they go, and make sure we get our insulation up under the hole there. I see our copper is going up to the top there. And we'll get our white under the silver colored screw here. Make sure we get all our strands under the pressure plate inside there. And our insulation up into the plastic here. Okay, so we'll tighten our screws up. 1, 2, 3. So our silver screw here is the wider slot, that's the neutral. Our black is the brass screw, and that's the narrower slot. So now we're ready to put our end together here. Put it in like that. Close the screw. Close the screw. Make sure our plastic, our rubber goes up into the part here. We'll push our rubber piece up here. That keeps the dirt and the dust from getting in there. Like that. This one goes in on the bottom. And we'll put our other piece. See the little notch there in the groove here? Slide it over like this. And we'll just start screwing it together. So there we go. We have it even pressure there on both sides. And now we'll do our male end. Okay, we'll score our outer jacket here. We don't want to cut into our insulation of the conductors underneath. I'll just bend it over like that and see how I break the outer jacket off here. We'll open a nail end up. Again, you'll see the silver prong, which is the silver screw, which is neutral, the brass colored screw, which is the live, and the green, which is the ground. push our wire in through here. We'll strip our conductors with the matching gauge wire we're using. And this is rubbery insulation, so it comes off easy. Okay, so we'll twist our strands together. So we'll put our green under our green screw here. Make sure we get all our strands under the pressure plate. Tighten our screw and make sure our insulation doesn't get caught. And you can see the copper going up to the top there. We'll put our white twist our strands together. Okay, our copper is going up to the top and our insulation is not pinched under the pressure plate. Whoops, I see a strand that went up the wrong way, so I'll loosen this up. So I'll twist it again. Open it up. Make sure we get all our strands to go under our pressure plate. There we go, we got them under the pressure plate where we want them. And we'll put our black under the brass colored terminal up here. Push it through this way, bring it over here. Get all our strands twisted together. Make sure all our strands are in. I'll take a smidgen more insulation off the black, not a lot, just a tiny little smidgen. There we go. Our strands are all where we want them and our insulation is not getting caught under the pressure plate. Okay, it's where we want it, so I'll just torque it down. I'll just snug all these down. Okay, so we got our wires positioned the way we want them. Now we can stick our plug back together here. There it goes, it lines up like that. Tighten one. Tighten two. And we'll make sure our insulation is going up into the up to the base of this here. There it goes. It's hopping like a bunny rabbit, so I always have to go to my flathead. Getting tight so that there's even pressure on both sides here. And we have even pressure on both sides, so now we can go to our next cord. We'll start with our female end on this one, same as we did on our last one. I'll give myself a little more wire. There we go. Be careful not to cut into your conductors underneath. We'll open up our end here. Push our cord in through here. Cut all our debris out. Strip our with our number 12 hole. Here in the country I was born in, on your 110, 120 volt cords, your black is always live, your white is always neutral, and the green is always the ground. So we'll just stick our green under the screen screw here. Make sure our insulation goes up into the plastic here. See how the insulation's under the plastic? We'll get our white under the silver colored screw. Get all our strands together here nice and evenly. Make sure all your strands are twisted together. Make sure all your strands stay together. There they all go. They're all in. Make sure insulation doesn't get under the pressure plate there. Okay, everything is where we want it, so we'll just go around and we'll just tighten our screws. I'll use the flathead on this one. Okay, now we can put our end back on here. We'll just keep turning it until we find where the little notch is, where it lines up. There it is. See how it draws it down? I like the threading on this, so you don't have to do too much turning the screws. There we go, and we can just push the insulation up in there a little bit more. And we'll put our little grommet back up in here. This will keep dirt and crud from getting in there. Okay, so we'll put our bottom piece back on, like this here. And we'll put our top piece on, again the same like this here. Push it down, and we'll just squeeze it closed. Okay, feel it tightening up on both sides here. I'll turn this just a little bit more. So there's our female end. Now we'll do our last male end. There's the product we're using. These are made by Lee Grand, Pass and Seymour. So we'll just score through our outer jacket here. You got to be careful so you don't cut the wires under insulation underneath. Strip with our number 12 hole. Yeah, strip them the same length. Okay, so we'll put our green under the green terminal here. Let's get our strands twisted together. Make sure we don't get our insulation caught under that pressure plate there. Okay, there's our green. We'll get our white under the silver one here. Here in the country I was born in, our plugs and outlets are all polarized. Make sure our insulation is not pinched. Okay, now we'll come over here, we'll put our black in the brass terminal. Make sure all our strands get in there. Okay, see how our copper didn't go all the way up to the top there? So I'm going to loosen this up a little bit. And I'm going to push in like that. Now I see our insulation is up where we want it, to the bottom. So now I'll just go around and I'll tighten all our screws. I'll have to do it with the flathead. 1, 2, 3. So we got all our wires together. And now we can put our line our plug up. Find where our screws line up. Right there. I'll show you how see how those threads are threaded like that, so it goes in nice and easy. One. Two. Now we'll put our I gotta get the screw out so I can get the rubber part up in here. There we go, we got it up far enough. Just a little ram it down in here. Just push it, yeah, I gotta take this off all the way. We got to make sure we get this seated down in here properly. There we go. This just sets in here like this. Goes, I had it on the wrong way. See the little notch here? And this little notch here? This here and this here? That slides in. Goes down over it like that. Push it down. And we'll get our other side. Do the same thing, this notch here and this notch here. Put it in. Push down on it. So we'll just get an even pressure on both sides. Sometimes I have to use the flathead. Okay, we got even pressure on both sides here, and our cable is going into the middle. I'll just push it over a little bit here, a little bit off center. Now it's centered nicely. So I'll just turn this a little bit more. Oh, I can't do it with that. So I'll just turn here. Okay, now we have it nice and even on both sides. Yeah, I could turn this one a little bit more on the bottom here. Okay, now it looks a lot more even. Alrighty, so that is how to wire a heavy-duty extension cord here in the country I was born in. You wire it the same as a wall receptacle. Your black wire goes on the brass screw, and your white wire goes on the silver screw, and your green wire goes on the green screw. With the cords, it's 12 is rated at 20 amps, 14 is rated at 15 amps. And that is how to assemble, wire and assemble a heavy-duty extension cord here in the country I was born in. Peace. Thanks for watching.